Hello, everyone. I'm Jordan Plant, and welcome to our PBC Las Vegas media workout here at Split T Boxing Club ahead of our October 19th Prime Video event in Orlando, Florida at the Caribe Royale Resort. Today we'll meet Australian superstar and former world champion Tim Tszyu as he takes on the IBF world champion Bakhram Murtazaliev in our 12-round main event. We'll also kick off our media workout today being joined by Dairon Perro, who is a prospect heavyweight that's 8-0, 7 KOs. And after that, we will be joined by knockout artist Johan Gonzalez, who takes on undefeated Cuban prospect Yoenis Tellez in a 10-round super welterweight co-main event. And I can't forget to mention our TV opening bout, which features two undefeated super middleweight contenders, Mateo Tapia against hard-hitting Indri Sedvidra in a 10-round fight. This event is promoted by TGB Promotions, and the main event is promoted in association with No Limit Boxing and Main Events. You can stream the entire card on Prime Video beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. But if you'd rather catch it in person and live, tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com. And now we will be joined by Dairon Perro. Marcelino will translate for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dairon, you are 8-0, 7 KOs. You are a heavyweight prospect. You've been added to the card on October 19th. How excited are you to fight?
Con buen volumen de knockout, has sido agregado a este evento. ¿Cómo se siente pelear en ese evento?
No, muy agradecido de darme la oportunidad de pelear en el evento de Tim Tszyu. Y nada, pienso dar lo mejor y para todos los espectadores y para todos mis fanáticos.
Very, very grateful to be added this card, amazing card, and yes, the people can expect the best for me, for my family, and my fans.
And you've been training with trainer Bob Santos. Everyone knows him, world-renowned trainer. How has that been for you? I heard that you've been with him your entire career.
Desde que llegaste a USA has estado con Bob Santos, un entrenador muy reconocido. ¿Cómo se siente trabajar con alguien como Bob Santos?
Sí, desde que llegué estoy con Bob Santos. Se siente súper tener un entrenador que confía tanto en uno. Es difícil uno mismo no confiar en sí mismo, teniendo una persona que lo da todo por los boxeadores, por sus boxeadores.
Let me tell you something. It's very, very great have somebody as Bob Santos behind you, particularly because he's the kind of guy transmit the trustful. He's very trustful in his guys. So how you can miss something if you have somebody as Bob Santos in your corner?
That's great to hear. And this is going to be your fourth fight of 2024. Do you plan on having a couple more before the year's over?
Esta es tu cuarta pelea. ¿Piensas tener más acción después de octubre?
No sabría decirte, pero estoy listo. Si se presenta otra oportunidad, asumirla.
I'm not sure right now if you have some more fights this year, but if the shot is here, I will take it, for sure.
And I heard that you're actually the youngest heavyweight to compete in the Olympics. So you were in the 2020 Olympics. So this guy, he's a very big prospect, literally and figuratively, that's going to be fighting on October 19th. So I wanted to ask him, what's the message to the fans that he wants to give?
Ya tiene un dato importante, eres el heavyweight más joven en competir en unas Olimpiadas, si no se equivoca, en el año 2020. ¿Qué mensaje puedes darle tú a esos jóvenes prospectos, a esos jóvenes que buscan estar en el boxeo?
Que nunca se rindan, que las cosas salen con el sacrificio, solamente tienen que seguir sus sueños y todo en la vida se logra.
The point and the message is never surrender in the life. You know, you will find hard things, good things, but you always need to fight for what you want.
Well, that's a great message, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the ring on October 19th. We're going to go ahead and let him get into the ring for his media workout now. Thank you so much. All right, so Dairon will get in the ring now for his media workout, and soon we will hear from knockout artist Johan Gonzalez. All right, so next we have Johan Gonzalez, who fights undefeated Yoenis Tellez. Gonzalez is a 37-fight veteran, 33 KOs, training out of Las Vegas by way of Valencia, Valenzuela. He's coming off a second-round stoppage win. Johan Gonzalez, if you can join us, and Marcelino will translate for us again. Thank you so much. Congrats on your most recent victory. It was just 2 months ago. Why are you getting back in the ring so quickly again?
Felicidades por tu victoria en Venezuela. ¿Cómo es eso que regresaste al ring tan rápido?
Muchas gracias y bueno, regresé porque con hambre de ganar y recuperarme de mi última derrota aquí en Las Vegas.
Thank you so much for the interview. Yes, we're back in the ring quicker because we want to set back a winner to still running you and getting the big fights.
Keep that winning momentum going, I'm assuming. Now, do you feel like you're going to look even better this fight because you're coming straight out of one camp and going straight into another one?
¿Crees que eso te va a ayudar a lucir mejor porque luego de esa derrota regresaste al campamento y ganaste y ahora vas a pelear?
Claro, por supuesto que en mi mente y en el equipo de trabajo estaremos luciendo mejor y lo veremos el 19 de octubre.
For sure, definitely, we're looking better. We will look better as my mindset and my team. That's what we're looking for.
And I also wanted to know, what does it mean to you to be the co-main event on a PBC card?
¿Qué significa para ti ser la coestelar en un evento de PBC?
Significa mucho porque cuando estuve en mi última pelea en PBC donde Canelo, lamentablemente no gané, pero ante la pelea estaba súper emocionado y ahora que voy a hacer la coestelar, más emocionado y más motivado y afinar los detalles para que esa noche sea súper bien.
Yeah, it means a lot because when I do my first fight in PBC, I lose, with Ramos and the Canelo undercard. Now I have a commitment to look better and this new chance, so that means a lot for me.
Looking to get back, get your revenge. And when fans watch you on October 19th, what will they learn about Johan Gonzalez?
Cuando los fans te vean el próximo 19 de octubre, ¿qué pueden esperar o aprender de ti?
Bueno, me van a ver, siempre voy a ser más agresivo y van a ver algunos detallitos que se lo dirán en las peleas.
You will look a better Johan Gonzalez, very aggressive, but you will see new things. But so the people need to wait to October 19th.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Best of luck to you, and we're going to let you get in the ring now for your media workout. Thank you so much, Johan Gonzalez.
Thank you y espera ahora que subas al ring para el entrenamiento.
Thank you. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are watching the Las Vegas PBC Media Workout here at Split T Boxing Club ahead of our October 19th Prime Video card. It'll be at the Caribe Royale Resort in Orlando, Florida. In our main events, we have IBF Super Welterweight World Champion Bakhram Murtazaliev taking on Australian superstar, former world champion Tim Tszyu. And it's a 3-fight card. We'll also be featuring the undefeated Cuban prospect Yoenis Tellez battling knockout artist Johan Gonzalez in a 10-round super welterweight co-main event, while undefeated super middleweight contender Mateo Tapia steps in to face the hard-hitting Andre Saavedra in a 10-round opening bout. This event is promoted by TGB Promotions. The main event is promoted in association with No Limit Boxing and Main Events. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. It's a great way to begin your fall watching some boxing, and maybe you'll see a couple bodies fall too. It's always entertaining. These guys always bring the action, put their best foot forward, going toe-to-toe. You got to give them their respect. It takes a lot to step in the ring and do what they do. So next up, we're going to interview Tim Tszyu, and we'll see him get into his workout. But right now, you are watching Johan Gonzalez in the ring as he prepares to face Yoenis Tellez on October 19th.
Gracias.
Ojalá esta semana. Sí, yo creo que todavía no está completo. Sí.
Hay que esperarlo un sector que era...
Sí. No creo.
Well, I'm joined by Glenn Jennings, now manager of Tim Tszyu. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So while we're waiting for Tim to get ready for his media workout, we want to chat with you a bit about what's been going on between the fight in March and where we are now. I know he suffered a big cut. Clearly, it's healed up. We're ready to go. But can you just give an update to the fans?
Sure. Well, everyone watched the bloodbath with Fundora, and we had that awful cartoid injury, the punctured vein. So got Tim sorted with that, took him back home, had it checked. We were due to go in with Valdez, and we couldn't get a clearance on the wound. It just wasn't right. So about another month after that, we got clearance, and here we are today. So we're excited, very excited.
And as Tim, he's been sparring and training a lot the entire camp out here, correct?
Yeah, he's been out here since June or July. So, yeah, it's been a long time, but you got to take this. This is a sport where things tend to fall over, and you can, as much as you like to plan and prepare things, you've got to be ready to roll with whatever comes in front of you. So fortunately we're here, and now we've got a hurricane heading to Orlando. So
I'm hoping that passes before we all head out there.
yeah, I think we all feel the same way.
Yes, and Tim seems like a warrior. I see him do posts like if I was thrown in a cage with a lion, see who comes out, and things like that. He has that mentality. What's something that you can share with the fans? You're very close to him. You know his father, about his mindset and why he's so successful and where he's at today.
I think the DNA part of it from his father was very similar. These guys don't have a lot of fear of opponents. It's all about for them doing the best that they can do. So they focus entirely on themselves and not worry about the opposition too much. I think that's the bottom line with Tim, is that regardless of who you put him in with, regardless of whether it be a cage or a street or a ring, he's going to go hammer and tong, and he won't take a backward step. And that's sort of how the Australian way is. We want to fight all the time. We don't want to sit around and wait. We'd be fighting even at this elite level 4 times a year if we could. Unfortunately, many of our opponents like to fight once.
Well, you guys got 3 times last year.
Yeah, and we'll do that again. And we're not finished this year. We're just going to keep on rolling. So for Tim, every time I call him and say, hey, you interested in this? He just says where and when. That's all that matters.
So you mentioned that there may be a 3rd fight this year.
Well, you never know. We don't ever say no to anything. So the door's always open. And of course, we don't go past what's in front of us. Very tough fight against Bakhram. Yeah. But having said that, it's always in my mind to plan well ahead for Tim, because he's one of those athletes that will not sit around. And it's just hell if I don't get him a fight. It's non-stop. When am I fighting? And he just wants to get back in the ring. So it's incumbent on me to keep him busy, and I do absolutely everything I can, and I just keep my fingers crossed that if we get someone, they actually turn up, which is not an easy feat, especially with you Americans.
Well, I don't know if you can say that about the Plants, because, Caleb's, yeah, they're pretty similar on that, so they're ready for the smoke whenever.
Yeah,
but
we love Caleb. He's a good mate of ours, and it's funny how out of all of the other fighters, how there's an attraction there of similarities, and when we see each other, he's like a bit of an Aussie. Same with his demeanour and everything. He's very much like us. So yeah, we love him. He's the bee's knees, and we follow him. His career, and he supports us. So he's the same thing, but he's the real deal. He just wants to fight. And as much as people tend to think with that particular type of fighter that it's really unusual to find them, there's not many out there. The majority of them over here want to fight once a year and then go and party. Yeah. There ain't no partying in our camp. It's just non-stop.
Well, I really respect that discipline from your guys' team and just the commitment to be better and do better and give your best foot forward. So we'll go ahead and let Tim come on over. Thank you so much for your time, Glenn.
Anytime.
Yes. And we'll see you on October 19th. Glenn Jennings, this is Tim Tszyu's manager. We'll speak to Tim Tszyu shortly here. And just announced yesterday, superstar Gervonta Tank Davis is going to take on Lamont Roach Saturday, December 14th from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas on Prime Video. This is a fight you're not going to miss. Gervonta Davis always brings out the stars. It's a huge attraction, always puts on a show, and wouldn't be surprised if we saw a stoppage on this one. But Lamont Roach is no slouch either. He's going to bring his game, his A game, been putting up a good fight and become prepared. So it'll be a show December 14th. Houston, Texas, Toyota Center, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. All right, now I'm joined with former world champion Tim Tszyu. Good to see you, Tim. How you been doing? I haven't seen you since March.
Yeah, well, I've been in town actually here in Vegas for quite a bit, so yeah, everything's well.
Now, that fight that you were in versus Sebastian Fundora was just a bloodbath. You showed so much grit and heart. I was very impressed. You pushed through the fight. Do you ever think about, if you didn't get that cut, considering how close of a split decision it was, like, man, I could have won that one?
Yeah, that's the thing. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's all in the past. You sort of have to just move on and look for answers another way.
I like that. Actually, I heard a NFL athlete say some of the best defensive backs have short-term memory because you just got to forget and move on. So that's kind of what you're saying, right?
Yeah, of course. It's the biggest lesson I learned was just focusing on the present.
And your cut, how was that healing up? I know you were originally supposed to fight this summer, but they canceled it due to it not being healed properly. But how is it now?
It's good. If you can see, it's a little V for vengeance, I'm going to call it, and a little tattoo for the rest of my life.
I like it. It's a free tattoo. Exactly. And about how many stitches did you have in there?
I think it was around 15. Yeah, I think it was around 15. It was a big cut.
That's gnarly right there. Yeah. So you had a great 2023, 3 fights in a year. Your manager, I spoke to him. He said you might maybe fight a third time this year. We're not overlooking October 19th, but what is it that just wants to keep, that makes you want to stay so busy, keep fighting, and not matter who's on the other corner?
I just enjoy the whole fight game. Honestly, I enjoy the fight game. I enjoy the thrill of it. I enjoy training camps. I enjoy progression. So for me, just being better. And I'm never satisfied. So whenever I finish a fight, it's like, all right, who's the next target? Who's the next target? I can't relax and just chill. So that for me, it just keeps me motivated.
That's why you've made it where you are and why you're so successful. So your opponent, he's no slouch. He's IBF world champion. He's coming in to win. You're coming to win. What do you see are his biggest strengths that you feel like you and your team have been focusing on this camp?
I think he's a dog. He's a dog, so that always presents a tremendous task. Some fighters are technically gifted. I think he's just strong and has got that competitive edge. So I'm looking forward to fighting someone like that.
Have you ever ran into him in any gyms or at fights? Are you familiar with him at all?
We actually fought on the same card in Minnesota. I remember seeing him. He was quite tall, which all my opponents are actually. And yeah, I don't really have too many crazy memories about him, but yeah, I just remember seeing him, and I remember going eye to eye, and we sort of just gave each other nods and see you in the future type thing.
And I know you're based in Australia, but you've been out here fighting in the States. Have you been feeling the love? Are you loving training in Vegas? What do you think about fighting in America?
I love it here, honestly. I love it here. It's such a cool place, and the fact that boxing's so big here, and I went down to the Canelo fight, and I saw the love there and the passion. And that's what boxing's all about, and just bringing people together, and I love that.
Was that your first time at a Canelo fight? What did you think?
Unreal. The Mexican fans are crazy, so I really enjoyed that.
Maybe one day you could be on his undercard.
Oh, for sure.
We got to set that up, PBC. I think that would do well. Well, before I let you get to your media workout, just let the fans know what they can expect to see on October 19th from Tim Tszyu.
I bring the heat, so I'm coming in with aggression, heat, and coming for that new IBF belt.
That's a nice red shiny belt right there. All right, well, we'll see you on October 19th. Handle your business. You guys, that's Tim Tszyu. We'll see him in our main event on October 19th.
Bakhram remind you of any fighters when you watch them? Just watch them find any fighter.
Tim, is it your first time fighting a Russian in the pros?
Yeah.
Rahman. Rahman. How do you feel about dealing with that style for the first time?
Something new. Adapt to, you know? Everything and something. Serving style is hard. You don't want to grow up with my whole life.
There you go.
Hybrid. Call me hybrid.
No.
Hello, everyone. If you're just joining us, we are at our PBC Media Workout here in Las Vegas at Split T Boxing Club, ahead of our October 19th fight night on Prime Video from Caribe Royale Resort in Orlando, Florida. And right now you're watching Australian superstar and former world champion Tim Tszyu as he prepares to challenge unbeaten IBF Super Welterweight world champion Bakhram Murtazaliev in a 12-round main event. Tim's coming off a split decision loss to Sebastian Fundora on March 30th earlier this year. If anyone watched that fight, I'm sure you saw that gnarly gash he had on the top of his head. He let me know in this interview right before he stepped in the ring that he had 15 stitches to heal that thing up, but he said now it's all good to go. You can't harp on the past, you're just going to move forward and look to seek some vengeance on October 19th. We also saw Cuban heavyweight prospect Dairon Perro, 8-0, 6 KOs. He'll be added to the card on October 19th. He's a southpaw heavyweight. He's the youngest Cuban heavyweight in the history of Cuban's Olympic boxing team to make the team. He made the team in 2020. He's trained by trainer Bob Santos. And in our co-main event, we will see knockout artist Johan Gonzalez take on undefeated Cuban prospect Yoenis Tellez in a 10-round super welterweight co-main event. And I can't forget to mention our TV opening bout, which features undefeated middleweight contender Mateo Tapia against hard-hitting Indri Saavedra in a 10-round fight. This event is promoted by TGB Promotions, and the main event is promoted in association with No Limit Boxing and Main Events. You can stream the entire card on Prime Video beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. But if you'd rather catch the action live and in person, tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Stronger than I thought.
Tim, I saw you out there in Thailand with your dad training. What did you learn about your dad while you were training with him? Was there anything you learned about him?
Stories.
Yeah.
Big stories.
Is there one that sticks out? Like one story he told you?
His training methods were crazy.
Yeah.
When he was training for the Olympics, so he was some real old school stuff. Running in mountains, how to shoot stuff.
Jimmy, if you wanted to stand here, give me that video. You just run right there.
Did you have to level up to get that training? Was he like, okay, now you're ready. Now I'll show you methods that I do. Did he wait till you got to a certain level to show you some of his secrets? Kind of?
I think he sort of just left me alone. And I probably say, yeah, you know what? Time for it now. Let's see how
how tough this guy really is.
What did you find hardest out of some of the treatment? Oh my God. I don't know.
In Thailand, the heat is crazy, and the humidity is so you're sweating non-stop, leading to for me, it was like 1 hour non-stop work on the bag, followed by combinations and stuff like that. It's more of a mental thing. It's like a marathon. The legs start cramping up, the shoulders, and he wasn't letting you breathe. So I think that was the toughest thing I came out of it. The cheeks were drawn out, and yeah. For me, it was an accomplishment. I was like, I did it, you know? This guy didn't break me, so it was good.
Let me get my Mark Kriegel on for a second. Did it like do anything for you guys as father and son, and just outside of boxing?
You know what? Sometimes flame needs to be, a candle needs a flame, a fire needs a flame. And you know, the little ignition between both of us. And a little flame before fire. A little flame that just got ignited.
Was any of that had to do with the Honduras fight? Like he's like, hey, you know, let's train. I wanna show you some things. So
More came from me because there's not many people in this, I guess, at the very, very top of the sport, especially coming from Australia to America, that I could really lean on and rely on and talk to, you know, coming off a loss. It was like, no one's in this position besides myself. The only one that's felt it was my dad, so it was like a little reunion, little talk, and just to like think about how serious it really is, you know.
Never imagined being here in this place at this time now as father and son and as fighters.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to even think that, you know, like there isn't many father and son duos that have accomplished big things. So for me, to do that and to keep pushing it and to be remembered as probably one of the greatest boxing families ever lived, that's my ultimate goal.
It's not just you, your brothers as well.
And he's an animal as well.
Can you train me, or what can I do, or what was that on holiday after the Honduras fight? And then I see you in Thailand with your dad. What happened in between there?
It was like, where do you go from here, this type moment, and who can you call that's actually felt what I felt before, and that's what it was, and it was unbelievable.
Since that training session, has he played more of an active role like talking to you, or was it like a one-off thing?
No, we stayed in contact. 100%. It's coming from the fight, and it's the first time it's coming since my professional debut, and 8 years in the making. So it would be good to see him. It would be good to have him there. You know, like there's not many people that walk the way. Exactly.
So in 8 years, he has not seen you in the flesh, in the ring. What kept him away all that time?
When you see him, you gotta ask him.
it's old school Soviet parenting techniques.
Could be, yeah, it could be. I don't know. I just kept it alone. I'm like, hey, you want to come?
He won't be able to partner with you, or he'll just be a spectator.
You'll be, I don't know. Nah. I'm not going to rely on my dad for cut man.
Anybody wants that job right now. Speaking of that, the star looks good.
Vengeance. Big vengeance.
That was such, an unusual situation. What, if anything, good came out of that? What was it?
A memory that's going to be lived on for years and years, you know. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, who cares? You lost, whatever. You put on a show, you showed respect to how it is, and you showed your true self. That's what it's all about.
Teach you anything about resilience, your own resilience in that moment?
I realized I was ready to die, no matter what. And when you're ready to die, you're a hard man to beat. Yeah, it's a bit strange because you watch these styles, you're taught your whole life, and you finally get to face it. You know, you don't know what to expect of this. You know what to expect. You've been taught your whole life, but you actually don't know what to expect. 'Cause there's not many styles that you can sort of that Russian style, Soviet style. You don't really see it as much in Australia and in America. You know, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, one thing, you and your dad's style, you guys do the full counter a lot. He did it, like now it's popular, but he was doing it in the 90s and stuff. Where does that come from? Because that's not really the Soviet style. The Soviet style is more the feint with the lead hand. Right.
Yeah.
Or Usyk.
Yeah.
So where does that pull, that Tszyu pull?
I think I have a bit of swagger in his head. that's
You gotta have swagger.
Yeah. You know, you gotta have the eye and the confidence to be able to, see a sort of shot coming. You know, so I don't know. I guess it's right.
And then, it's so, I think it was leaked a couple months ago that like this is part of a plan to inevitably rematch Fedor. Is that right? Is that the long term?
Yeah, you know what? Boxing changes. One thing in 1 month could be a different story. Who knows? Holds. I'm just focusing right now on the present.
Well, he is, rumored like he has an extension by the WBO to hash out a fight with Crawford. If that fight did happen, who do you think would win that fight?
Leaning towards a bit more to Crawford, but then again, no one can really ever prepare for a style like Pandora. It's like punching up. That's he's taller than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's a super heavyweight.
Is that a rematch you definitely want to get before it's all said and done?
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, we're young. We're young, and we've got years. Not years to wait, but we've got plenty of time to make things happen. These other guys are a bit older, so time's running out.
Back in March during the post-fight press conference, me and Member asked you if you were satisfied with the work that was being done. At the time, you said no. Did you hear a comment on that?
I feel like a lot of fighters have been cut, but that was different. That was something that as soon as I felt it, when I put my head down, it was a felt. And that's not many times you get to feel that. So, on top of the head, right next to the vein. So something like that I think was impossible to stop at the time. Your heart's beating 180 beats per minute. Every time it beats, it's just popping more blood. Boom, boom, boom. Could it have been stopped for 5 seconds around? Maybe.
Yeah, because even before you came out, you were already.
It was already one.
Yeah.
I think it was a very hard to stop.
There's not that really more to it.
Just ask about Errol Spence too, because another guy who wanted to fight Pandora, but then some people are like, he won't be able to recover from the Crawford fight. How do you assess him as a fighter? Do you think he still has something left?
Yeah, man. Like we're fighters at the end of the day. Like you can't break us mentally. I feel like if Errol Spence wants to get it on again, he'll be able to. So, I'm hoping.
Why would you stylistic matchup kind of thing?
It'll be as we say in Australia, a Barnburg fireworks.
So if you had to name like 3 to 5 guys in order, like who are the best fights in the division? First of all, Bakhram, Murtazaliev, but thereafter.
Yeah. Well, look, there's plenty of options. I think Charlo.
Jamel.
Yeah, the younger one. Yeah. Yes. The small one.
He's a minute and a half.
A minute? Yeah. You can tell. Who else is there? There's Errol Spence, Pandora, Erickson Lubin. There's plenty of names.
You're naming a lot of PBC guys. It was publicized. Turkey Al-Sheikh clapped at you or whatever. But it's you, Gervonta Davis, and Canelo. And Gervonta, he said something interesting. He's like, you know, guys like me and Canelo, we kind of don't have to kiss the ring because we can sell. Gervonta sells here, Canelo sells here. In Mexico, you sell in Australia. Is there truth to that a little bit too?
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah, there is. We don't have to, again, sell our soul.
That's the way to put it. Yeah.
And fighting in Saudi Arabia in a way takes you away from fans.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, look, I'd love to fight Saudi Arabia. I think it's an emerging country, first of all. But for me, as a young kid and as a boxing lover, America's where it's at. I grew up watching big fights, and for me, it was always a dream of mine to be fighting here, to be fighting out of here, and to be experiencing it all. And that for me is number one.
Now you're here, you're in Las Vegas, you're in Australia in Las Vegas. How have you acclimated just to the lifestyle?
Yeah.
What is it doing these days? How do you like living?
It's a bit different. I'm used to the beach, so there's no beaches here, especially in Vegas. But yeah, it's a little bit different. But I'm slowly getting used to it, and Vegas is hard. Yeah, for a little bit, like California.
Come down to San Diego and take a look at it.
Thanks, Tim. I think the great Jordan Plank is speaking. Thanks so much. Thanks, Kevin.
Well, that's all for our Las Vegas media workout here at Split T Boxing Club. I'm Jordan Plan, and we hope you enjoyed the live stream. Saturday, October 19th, you can watch the fighters we saw today step into the ring and go toe-to-toe series. You won't want to miss this card, especially our main event, as Australian superstar Tim Tszyu challenges unbeaten IBF Super Welterweight champion Bakhram Murtazaliev. You can watch the fight on Prime Video or attend it in person from the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are available now. We'll see you October 19th.